Do you think you're covered? How much automobile insurance do you really need? My name is Marlo Greer from the Greer Law Group, and I am here to help you and your family decide how much automobile insurance that you need to make sure that you're covered if you ever get in a crash. You need more insurance than the state minimums. In Colorado, the minimum insurance that you can have is $25,000. And I'm here to tell you that if you get in a car crash, $25,000 is not going to be enough to cover all of your medical bills and your treatment. That is often true even if people think that they weren't very hurt at first, because generally you don't feel the complete effects of an automobile collision until a couple days later. My recommendation is that you have at least $100,000 in automobile insurance. This is both for at-fault insurance. That means if you hit somebody else, and there's insurance called UM/UIM. And that is to help you if you've been hit by somebody who doesn't have enough insurance. So if you get hit up by somebody that only has a $25,000 policy, and let's say that you go to the emergency room, again, that's not going to cover all of your bills and make sure that you have something for yourself at the end of the day. So you want to make sure that you have at least $100,000 in UM/UIM coverage. Insurance agents often try to reduce your rates and make it sound like they're giving you a really big deal, but they have you waive UM/UIM coverage, which means that if you got hit by somebody that was uninsured or had low insurance, that you would never be able to recover and get compensated properly. So make certain that when you are looking at your insurance, that you are not letting the agent put you into the trap of waiving coverages with the guise of maybe saving you $10 to $20 a month. Because if you get hurt, saving $10 to $20 a month is going to pale in comparison to having the coverages that you need. Now, in Colorado, typically the coverages are what's called 25/50, and what that means is $25,000 per person or $50,000 per collision. So if there's 4 people in a collision, there's only $50,000 available. Those are Colorado state minimum policies. The next policy is typically 50/100, and again, that's $50,000 per person, $100,000 per collision. And then there are policies that are 100/300, which again, $100,000 per person and $300,000 per collision. There's also policies which are 250/500, meaning $250,000 per person and $500,000 per collision. There are also other types of insurance, but those are the typical ones with the typical coverages. And you do want to make sure that when you're purchasing insurance, that you get UM/UIM coverage.